One of my favorite lines of yours, I'm not sure whether you remember them or not, is one of Dhoni's stumpings in, I think, the last IPL final. And you said that he didn't even grab the ball. He said to the ball that I'll pick you up on the way.
Yeah.
So I guess
I might have said it. I might have said it, but Dhoni tends to draw good lines out of you without you realizing it.
Point of view on Dhoni's retirement, impending retirement.
I seem to be asking him that every year.
Exactly.
And now he comes ready with answers knowing I'm going to ask him that. I'm hoping to do one more conversation with him because for some reason people seem to like it. And normally post-match presentations, you're very crisp, 3 questions, 4 questions. I found when I'm doing Dhoni, nobody asked me to stop.
Because
you don't have a voice producer telling you, okay, that's it, that's enough. Sometimes they'll tell you, last question. So you say, okay. But with Dhoni, it doesn't seem to happen. And Dhoni is so much more relaxed. And yet, I do not know Dhoni at all. Socially, I do not know him at all. We've had a meal together once. I've never had a phone conversation with him. I have never met him outside a cricket ground. I only met him once. I don't know him at all.
I think that seems to be the case with everyone who's ever worked around Dhoni, right? They think of him as an enigma who just joins.
It is his great strength. It is his great strength that he's not obsessed with the outcome. When you're not afraid of losing, you win more. When you're afraid of losing, you lose.
You've increasingly done a lot of stuff outside of cricket as well.
On podcasts, I would love to. There's two or three things I want to do still. In broadcasting, I have no more goals left. I only have one goal left in broadcasting, which is I'd like to call India winning a World Cup at some point. But I've made peace with the fact that that may not happen. So I have no more cricket broadcasting goals.
There is a T20 World Cup, which is...
If it happens, it happens.
Okay.
If it happens, I'll be very happy. I will remind myself to stay in the moment and not say, this is something you waited 30 years for. But I will remember to stay in the moment if it does happen.
Does it personally hurt you when, Team India loses the way it did in the World Cup when you're calling?
Not at all. It was a cricket match. No one died. It was a cricket match. Yeah, there's emotions. You get disappointed. Your loved ones are still next to you. The sun still rises the next day. Stocks are still doing well most days. The economy is still doing well. It was a game. The other team has a right to play well on the big day. You ask yourself, why did that happen? But that's the topic of another discussion. But as I said, if you're afraid of losing, you tend to lose more.
So you said broadcasting, that's your goal. The other goals that you have?
I want to do much more in audio. I'm far, far more comfortable doing audio than video, which might seem strange to people, but I've never seen myself as a natural on video. But in audio, I'm so much surer of myself. And that is why one of the 4 or 5 proudest things I've ever done in life was the Mission ISRO podcast, because we were able to tell the story of beautiful movement. I related to it because when we were growing up, scientists were heroes. In a new India that was emerging under Jawaharlal Nehru, I'll get trolled for this again, but Jawaharlal Nehru was a lover of science, was a hero for my father. So we also grew up making them heroes, but Vikram Sarabhai was a hero. Homi Bhabha was a hero. So when I was talking about narrating, I was narrating the story of India's space movement, I was going back to my father and the sense of pride of a deprived, looted country. We should never ever forget that we are a looted country. Looted country, looted of wealth and looted of self-confidence, was finding its way amidst in a new India and was still producing these wow people. I found it deeply emotional, and that was the best piece of writing for reading that I have ever come across. So I'd love to do some more stories on science. I'd love to do more stories on things like that, just to be able to narrate. But all you people who commission podcasts, you're only commissioning real crime podcasts. Who is going to commission these stories on science and development ever? And I'd love to read to the blind.